Hello, beautiful YouTube family. So, right, decided to come on and do a little video about what it is that I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So, I'm not sure where it's going to go, but let's just go with the flow. So you've probably noticed I'm uploading these shorts, and I intend to upload these shorts throughout every day of my process, of my transformation, okay? So I have been a little bit able, you've probably noticed, and that's simply due to doing a lot of shadow work, going more inner, taking more responsibility, recognizing some behaviors that I still have, letting go of outcomes, control and expectations. It's been a very interesting journey since November right up until 3 days ago. But it's been a beautiful journey, and it's been a beautiful journey of discovering my soul. Not who I am, but connecting more into my soul, okay? So with that, connection into my soul, I'm listening to my soul more. So my soul has been showing me a few things. Okay, right. My soul, my soul, my soul, my team, my fractalities, my multidimensionality, whatever sits with you, okay? But I'm just gonna say my soul at this moment in time. And I've been doing a lot of work these past, this is coming up 3 years, okay? June 2020 was when I fully awoken. So it's coming up to 3 years. And in that 3 years, there's been a lot of shadow work, a lot of peeling back layers of the onion, a lot of letting go of things. There has been so many tower moments that I've had to go through these past 3 years. Lots of tower moments that were testing my ability to, with regards to boundaries, with regards to responsibilities, with regards to speaking my truth, with regards to knowing my truth. And this is something, you know, that I've questioned myself quite recently, is what is my truth? Now, it's very well saying I speak my truth, okay? And you can absolutely speak your truth on a daily basis, but what is your truth? Like, what is your truth? I had to sit with that because I couldn't answer it. I didn't know what my truth was. And with that, I had to go really deep inner, what is my truth? And it comes down to these labels and these different hats that we wear, that we distract ourselves from our whole truth by these labels, these hats, these masks, okay? So these past 3 months, I've been pulling back these masks, these labels, these hats. And I'm still going through that process. And it'll probably be a long process of going through that. But on this journey, we can say, yeah, I've done my shadow work. But to fully go inner and to connect in with your soul, ask yourself, what is your truth? Okay? This is just where this is taking me, okay? And this is the beginning of why I'm doing what I'm doing. So that's good. We questioned that. Then there was a download as such, and I can share a little bit of it because I don't know too much about it. I'm still processing it, and until I can fully understand it, I can't fully share what it's about. But anyway, what kicked it all off was this information from my soul, my stream, and I was shown the frequency body. Okay, so we've got all these different bodies, but we have the frequency body. Okay, now this may resonate with some, this may not resonate, or this may not, right? Okay. I get tongue-tied, and I'm finding it challenging using words these days. Anyway, so they showed me the frequency body, and they showed me how the frequency body reacts with the sound of creation and how that creates matter in your reality and your physicality. Okay. And I was like, oh, okay. So what was then shown to me was, if you have the frequency of lack within your frequency body, it affects frequencies on a multi-dimensional level. I was like, all right. So, and it encompasses many aspects of your reality in this life, this frequency of lack. And, hang on. Oh, I've got a little cat here. So they showed me this frequency of lack and how that was sitting in my frequency body, and how to overcome that frequency of lack, I need to step into being comfortable, being uncomfortable with that lack frequency. I was like, okay, so how do you do that? So I then went inner, and I then looked at where I was lacking through all aspects of life. You saying hello? And what I discovered of where I was lacking was many things. I was lacking in truth to myself, where I was lying consistently to myself. Therefore, I wasn't speaking my truth. I maybe was speaking my truth to the external, but I wasn't speaking my truth to the internal. I was then lacking in love. And not the fact that I was lacking in love for others. It was more lacking in love for myself. I then was lacking in prosperity, this poverty consciousness. And I recognized that I was in a fight-flight mode with regards to that. So say, for instance, if there was £10 left in my bank account, I would go into flight mode or fight mode. I would panic. I would then create that vibration of more lack, create a barrier where the universe couldn't get to me, and get myself into this loop as such. So I could see where that was lacking in my reality on a big scale. Then I could see where I was lacking in terms of self-worth, in terms of confidence. There was this frequency of lack within my frequency body was fast, okay? And I had to go inner to recognize where that was all lacking. So I then, to cancel that out, I had to pull in a frequency where there was no lack. So how do you do that? Like, how do you pull that frequency in to cancel out that frequency of lack that's within your frequency body? So what was shown to me was owning it, taking responsibility for it, and getting comfortable, being uncomfortable with that. And what that does is it starts to remove the blockages, and it starts to vibrate at a different frequency. So I was like, okay. Then there was information that came down where I've done all this work on my consciousness. I've done a lot of shadow work. I'm like, it'll probably go many times. Like, there's so many layers and multi-dimensional layers that you need to sift through, right? That could be never-ending, like a never-ending story. So I was like, okay. But now it was time for my physicality, my physical reality, to catch up to the frequency I was vibrating at on a consciousness level. And it wasn't a match. It wasn't a match. So where I'm consciously at, my reality vibrationally wasn't there. Okay. So I've been really uncomfortable for a very long time in terms of my body, my physical vessel. And I noticed that when I became uncomfortable with my physical vessel, I would do things to make me feel better, i.e. maybe overindulge, maybe eat really unhealthy foods, to cancel out that uncomfortable feeling. Like the cold bath analogy, stepping in a cold bath, it's really uncomfortable. And some people will dip their toe in and go, oh no, I'm not doing that today. No, God, like, how could you do that? And then they back out from it. And some people dip their toe in and go, I can do this. And they throw themselves in it, right? So what I realised was I was dipping my toe in with regards to my body, and I was backing out from it and not fully going into that. Then I would create distractions where, you know, oh, I'll start tomorrow. So then this loop of lying to myself and not owning my truth was occurring, right? And I was like, this isn't matching my vibration anymore. And what I'm finding is, you know, work that we're all doing on a huge collective level, the body needs to shift as well. And that can come in many different forms, like upgrades in terms of illness, like flu, like, I don't know, upgrading of the cells, etc. Just bear with me, okay? I'm just speaking this out with you guys. And it may resonate, it may not resonate. And that's okay. So what came down, what my soul said to me was, I needed a full body reset. I was like, oh, what does that entail? And it was really uncomfortable. I was like, a full body reset, like, what the hell is that? And what happened, well, it didn't even happen. I got information from my soul, my stream last year, to only eat foods of the light. Okay, only eat foods of the light. And I thought it had something to do with losing weight. And what I realised was, going inner, that I was attaching a label to wanting to shift from the physical density. And I was blocking myself with that label. See the mask again? The mask. I was labeling being overweight because I just, to be honest, I couldn't get my finger out my backside. Like, that's simple as. I just couldn't do it. But my mind was telling me that I couldn't do it. It wasn't my soul. My mind was telling me I couldn't do it. And I went, And then I was like, okay, so the biggest battle that I have within my physicality, within my truth, is my mind. And on a daily, and I looked at the whole, right, bear with me, I'm trying to speak this. So I pulled myself out and saw it from a higher perspective, that every day I was battling my mind. And I was allowing my mind to control my physicality. Okay. So I was like, okay. And the only way to overcome that is tough love. Tough love for yourself. And what I noticed I was doing, I would do 3 weeks and I would be on a good roll. And then, I've done 3 weeks, I deserve a little treat. So I go and have a little treat. And then I'd put that into my body. It would lower my physical density again, and vibration frequency, and then it would pull me into another frequency, and then these things would come in, and that's okay because I had to go through all the things that I had to go through to grow on a consciousness level. I hope I'm making sense to everyone. So it was then brought to my attention that I was about to embark on a journey where I was going into battle with my mind and battle with being uncomfortable. Okay, so what do you want me to do? I asked my soul. They showed me, and I've been getting information about the Clystrom that sits in the seat of the soul, the sacrum, the sacred bone, the sacral, okay? In the seed of life, and how that goes down. And what was shown to me was that is the highest frequency that the physical vessel can achieve within the frequency body. How do you do that then? So my brother Alexander in Galactic Tarot has also been speaking about this and the information he's been receiving, and he's been walking the walk and talking the talk. And what our beautiful brother Alexander has been doing is intermittent fasting, counting out addictions. And addictions is a big thing, a really big thing that the mind likes to feed on, is addictions. And it's a frequency that the frequency of lack looks for to further create, to feed that frequency of lack. Okay. Does that make sense? Oh, I hope I'm making sense. So that frequency of addiction feeds that frequency of lack, right? So you then go into battle with the mind to cancel out that frequency of lack by giving up that addiction and being comfortable being uncomfortable. So our beautiful brother has been doing this, and I got information in dream time. He got information in dream time with regards to 29.5 days, and how if you multiply that by 3, it gives you 88.5 days. And then the 88.5 days is in the how many times or how many days it takes for the planet Mercury to spin, etc. Something along those lines. If you haven't already checked out our beautiful brother Alexander, you can on his channel Galactic Tarot. So I was like, okay, So all this information was coming to me, and I was shown geometry on how to locate the seed, how to transport that seed up through the spine, etc. But what I noticed that when I tuned into that within my own body was that there was many blockages on my spine. There was many densities and trying to move those densities. But my physical vessel, again, wasn't vibrating at the frequency that was required. Does that make sense? Right, okay. So, I like to ramble. So, I was then felt pulled to do an 88.5 day detox, where I would remove these addictions that I had, like addiction to, for instance, addiction to not taking responsibility for my own behaviour. And that's not with regards to anyone, that's with regards to my soul. Not speaking my truth. Like these addictions, we become addicted to it, right? We become addicted to it to the point that we don't even notice that we're doing it, right? So I noticed that I wasn't speaking my truth, and I was addicted to not speaking my truth, and that then led on to not being heard and not being seen. I was addicted to not being heard. I was addicted to not being seen. I was addicted to putting rubbish in my body, like processed foods, etc. And that's okay. That's okay for some people. Like some people may require that. That may be their frequency, that they need to be at a higher frequency. Okay. This is my journey, and this may resonate. Like I've said for the third time now, this may resonate with some, this may not resonate with many. But for my soul and my journey, this is what my soul has asked of me to match where I'm at on frequency-wise on a consciousness level, right? And what was shown to me was that by doing this, I would then be able to help all my other brothers and sisters with tools that could also help them adapt to their own soul and their own journey. Okay. So this is why I'm here today. So I was like, okay, well, 88.5 days where I cut out sugar and I cut out, these addictions of not speaking my truth, of my integrity, my authenticity with myself. So I was like, okay, yeah, we can do that. I can do that. I can do that. So I was all excited, and what was shown to me was that Friday the 24th of March, which is today, would be the cut-off point. And the 88.5 days, funnily enough, would take me right up to the summer solstice. And I was like, how cool is that? Like, it's take me up to the summer solstice, and my physical vessel will be vibrating at the same level as where my consciousness was at. And I was like, wow, that's so epic. So I was like, yeah, like I'm totally game for this. And I was like, here we go again. Like this thought came into my head that, is she gonna stick to this? Is she gonna like walk her walk, talk her talk? Is she gonna be authentic and true to herself? Is she gonna go by her truth? And I started going, oh, pants, like, can I do this? Can I do this? And I was like, yeah, I can, because for 6-8 weeks, I had been doing intermittent fasting where I'd fast 18 hours a day, have one meal a day. Sometimes I would fast 24, 26 hours, and I didn't even realize that I was doing it. So I was already building myself up to what I am doing today. And my body was beginning to adjust to that, and my soul was beginning to get really comfortable with that. Then something came in, a tower moment came in, and I allowed myself to go down to that physical density where I started eating crap again, and I wasn't intermittent fasting, and I felt rubbish and this anxiety and, all these. And I was like, oh, here we go again. Like, I've been here before, and that's okay. Just remember that whatever or wherever you're at this moment in time is where you need to be, okay? And if it hadn't have gone there, then I wouldn't be here today talking about what I'm talking about. Right. So I was like, okay, right. We're going to be doing that. So when I was away last weekend with Beautiful Soul Family, and I was in meditation, and what came to me was, to completely do this, you need to reset your body. How do I do that? Like, how do you reset your body? And what was shown to me was, what was required of my soul was to do a 7-day water fast. And I was like, oh, right. Now, funnily enough, I was doing research on 7 days water fasts last year. Nothing ever came of it. I just wanted to understand how the body worked in terms of when you fast. And I watched people's experiences. I didn't look at books I watched people's journey doing a 7-day water fast. And from there I could learn from their experience. And put it at the back burner. Didn't think anything of it. And I was like, oh, all right. So what is required of me is a 7-day water fast. And I was like, that's a huge battle for me. Like 7 days of just water. Right. I was like, okay, so reset the body, 7 days of water. And I went into dream time, and what was shown to me was these 2 different timelines, and these timelines of where I'm at on a physical level, where my frequency is at on a physical level. I could stay there and continue to be stuck where I'm at, right? They were very, truthful. Or I can choose the higher timeline of I do the work, I take responsibility for myself, I get uncomfortable being comfortable, or I get comfortable being uncomfortable, and I allow my physical vessel to then vibrate at the level that I'm at on a frequency consciousness vibration. And then they showed many doors opening. They showed my physical reality changing because it was now at a frequency. My frequency body was now at a frequency of where the universe, creator, was able to gift me. Does that make sense? A little bit uncomfortable saying that. Was able to show me doors, right? Put it that way. And doors that I could walk through with more flow and grace than the doors I'm walking through right now. And the doors I'm walking through right now is I go to open the door, I open the door and I bash my head, and then I close the door, and then it's like woo, like this, like do 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 Twilight Zone behind them, right? So I was like, okay, and they said, you're a leader. In order to lead, I was like, in order to lead, you will have to lead yourself first. Okay, so I've lead myself first. And they said, Brother Alexander came into my mind with the 29.5 days. And I was like, 29.5 days, okay. And then I heard you have to do 29.5 days. And I went 29.5 days of what? Water fast. I was like, are you having a laugh? And I immediately went into, no, come on. That's a lot. And it is, right? So the reason why I was cacking it, because I knew I'm being asked of something real big for my body, my soul, my reality. And this is what resonates with me, okay? So I'm like, okay, I can step into that. I can do this. I can. And this, I know, is going to be the biggest battle of my mind I have ever battled. Like, I've ever battled. And what's keeping me going is I do my cold baths. Even though sometimes I am kicking and screaming and not wanting to do it. I push, okay? I push to do it. And I am now on day 5 of the cold bath. I get my vagus nerve right in there and I'm in for 5 minutes each day. And what I'm beginning to notice is I'm getting really comfortable with it. Like, really, really comfortable. And that has the same effect as being hungry as such. That uncomfortable feeling of, I'm really hungry, I need food. And then we go and find food and we feed ourselves because we're uncomfortable. So last night when I felt a little bit hungry, I tuned into it and I was like, it's okay. It's okay. Just be comfortable with it. Like, and I kept thinking about me going into the cold bath and stepping into the cold bath and being uncomfortable with going into the cold bath. I fell into that and I spoke to that hunger and I reassured that hunger that everything was going to be okay, that you're not hungry as such, you're just scared, right? It sounds bizarre, I know. I know, it sounds bizarre. So, I tuned into it. And after I tuned into it and I spoke to it, right, it went away. I didn't think about it again. And I haven't since. So we are now on what I think 40 hours of water fast. And I am buzzing. Like I'm like excited. I feel really, really good. I've had my cold bath, my shower. I have body buttered myself up. I just feel epic. Like epic. And long may it continue. And I know that there will be days where I am going to be frontline battling that mind. And what keeps me going is that I'm doing this not only for myself, but I'm also doing this for my brothers and sisters. And in order to learn the tools that I can maybe share for others to adapt to themselves, okay? And that's what's keeping me going. Because I don't like letting anyone down. I don't. I hate it with a passion, okay? And if I were to ever let anyone down, it certainly wouldn't be intentionally, put it that way. And I absolutely detest it. I just don't like it. It hurts me if I feel that I've hurt someone. Does that make sense? Like it's so uncomfortable even talking about it. So let's get comfortable talking about it. I just do not like it. And but that's okay, because that is giving me the strength and the stamina, knowing that I'm not only doing this for myself, but I'm doing this for you guys as well. And yes, there's going to be moments where I feel like I'm gonna fuck up. Sorry, YouTube, I swore. Duck up, right? I said duck. And I feel like I'm gonna duck up. And that's okay. Like, that's okay. I feel like I'm gonna duck up. But I'm gonna tune into that. Like I did with my hunger. And I'm gonna tune into that shall we say, self-destruct. And I'm going to ask, oh, hey, why are you in here? Like, what's your purpose of being here? You know, when we tune into consciousness and we work with energy and we learn like discernment with different energies, why can't we learn discernment within our own soul? When we feel a feeling or an emotion where it's like, oh, why are you here? What is it you want to teach me? What is it you want to tell me? Like, connect in with that. Like, same with the hunger last night. I connected into that hunger and I was like, okay. And I reassured that hunger that not to be scared, that, you know, that this is a healing process. And there's many different layers to this, and I'll probably grow and expand from it all the more I do it. And the only way that I can share this is by doing it and learning and teaching myself. And I am teaching myself lots with regards to self-discipline. And my truth with regards to self-discipline, like my truth with regards to that. So along this journey, there has been many beautiful souls that has taken my hand. And I think you all know that the beautiful Joanne took my hand in 2020 and has shown me massively on a huge scale what life or what physicality or what energy can be. And then I've met Brother Alexander at Galactic Tarot, Rion at Unite the Collective, Emma Hughes, and most recently Thomas and Dunn. And they have this beautiful meditation warriors and sacred cacao, and they're moving to Scotland very shortly to do a beautiful retreat. And they've just relaunched their website, and there's information there where you can come to Scotland. I don't think it's far from me for this retreat. And you never know, like, my face may appear. I might just like come along and say hey, or be on the retreat. Like, I have learned so much from all these beautiful souls, and I'll leave a link for that, because if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here talking to you guys today. Big time. And my hand got taken in my early 20s by Gladys Seller, and she opened the door to spirituality for me. And then Joanne took my hand and opened the door to energies and higher consciousness and love and self-worth and boundaries, where I was severely lacking in boundaries and respect and integrity and truth. Like, I am so blessed and so thankful for these beautiful souls to come into my life. Alexander has pushes me to remember and listens to me ramble, and he accepts me for who I am. Rion like has taught me so much energetically on a huge level of how I can help this planet, how I can help my brothers and sisters, and how to find the strength in that. And Irma has, you know, taught me to be authentic and to be authentic, and it's okay, like, allowing a little bit of dark in, because sometimes when we're on this journey, we get fearful of the dark, don't we? And we get fearful that, oh my God, the dark's consuming me, it's going to take me in a dark hole, blah, 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 blah. No. for duality, you have to allow some of that darkness in. And what was shown to me with regards to the foods was the light foods and the night foods. And the night foods is that of the earth. And then I remember Brother Rion speaking about 70% light, 30% night. Okay, so I was like, okay, so you could do that with your food, like 70% light food. And light food could be your fruits, your vegetables, foods that grow within the light, right? And then your night food would be foods of the earth, foods that grow in the earth, like your potatoes and your beetroots and, you know, all those, I don't know all of them, but all of them, your mushrooms, that sort of thing, right? So I was like, okay, like, how cool. But first, I shall complete this. I'm going to say 7-day water fast, and then I will see what my soul says afterwards. I'm going to listen to my soul. However, I'm going to know the difference between my soul and what my mind is saying. The battle of the mind. And not listening to that anymore. Because the mind likes to, like a very attentive mother going, oh, it's okay, you've done really well, like, have that biscuit or have that cake, you've done really, really well. Or, you know, go for that nap, or, oh, you know, you've been working really hard, have a day off, you know. The mind is like that attentive mother where it just wants to love and look after you, and that's okay. But then I've allowed that attentive mind to put me in a space where my physical vessel isn't vibrating at the level it should be, because I was making excuses for myself and looking at other people to blame, when in all reality it was myself for allowing my beautiful mind to mother me. So I was like, okay, all right, so I'm going to be daddy here, and I'm going to give myself tough love. Not that fathers do that, but you know what I mean, right? I don't want, sorry if I cause any upset with that or triggers, but anyway, it's not meant how I said it. But it feels like a masculine energy, right? Tough love. Like, when somebody really cares about you and they want what's best for you, right? And they tell you a few home truths. You don't like it. You get defensive. You kick off. And I've experienced that, but funnily enough, I've experienced it from males in my life, right? And I've always turned it around eventually, maybe not instantly, and went, do you know what? I'm going to show you, watch me, right? So the masculine energy within me, okay, let's put it that way. The masculine energy within me is going, do you know what? I'm going to do this. Like, that tough love within me is like, you can do this. Just because you say I can't doesn't mean that I can't. I will. There's no, I won't. I will. That's the only language I'm talking now. I will. And maybe it's all something that we need to do. Like I said in the video yesterday, the hill is my mind. And I'm going to climb that hill, and I'm going to overcome that hill, and I'm going to stand at the top of that hill. So that's what I meant by yesterday is, what's your hill? What's your hill? Your hill could be something completely different to what my hill is. Like, your hill could be addictions, like cigarettes, for instance, smoking. Like, that could be your hill. So how do you overcome that? Is you go into battle with that hill and you climb that hill. And that hill could be throwing, mudslides or snowstorms or avalanches at you. But what do? You allow them to come over you, or you allow them into your path, but you hop over them anyway. And you're like, you ain't going to knock me down. I'm going to keep walking, and I'm going to keep rising. So find your hill. My hill's my mind, and my mind has in effect created this physical density where, you know, I am carrying a little bit extra weight, and I was looking at other things to blame when in fact it was myself, because I'm not speaking my truth with regards to myself. And my mind was mothering that, like that mother energy within my mind was like, it's okay, darling, like, it's all right, you've been a good girl, like, just have that cake. Like, no. No. So let's see where this takes us, okay? The shorts I'm doing every day because they're a minute, and it's something that I can definitely do, and I'm doing it for you guys. I'm not doing it for myself, I'm doing it for you guys. And, you know, you may take something from that. What I will also say is I'm also very blessed because I do have the Healy, and I'm working with the Healy doing this. And the Healy can look at digital nutrition, so it can put the frequencies of different things that my body and my energy needs. It can look at vitamins. It can do various things to help support me on this journey, right? So the modules that I'm using on the Healy, I'm taking note of. So maybe I can make transmissions to help support anyone that feels called that they need to reset their physical vessel. I have done a little bit of research into resetting the physical vessel and doing an extended fast, and there is a lot of healing benefits from it, like autophagy and repairing the cells and repairing DNA and repairing mitochondria, and all the different benefits from it is vast. However, I'm not going to know what those benefits are until I actually do it. I do know that the body does need some nutritional things, so please don't stress. I'm not completely just doing a complete water fast. The body, in order to do this and to function properly, needs electrolytes. It also needs vitamins, a few vitamins. So what I'm using is my water I put in glass bottles each night. I'm just waiting for my water distiller to come, and I'll be drinking distilled water. I put frequencies in those water each night with tuning forks, and I set the intention for that water before I go to bed, put it in my fridge. I have my 3 bottles for my 3 litres each day, so I know I'm drinking 3 litres. And then I have my electrolytes. I'm also making Soli water because Himalayan salt has the minerals that the body also needs. So I'm just waiting for my distiller to come. So Soli water will be added to that as well, and my vitamins. And, you know, the beautiful part of this is I'm allowed black coffee, just black coffee, because there's no sugar in it. So I'm allowing myself grace there until I am comfortable being uncomfortable with removing that. So not ease and grace, flow and grace is what they say, and I agree with it. It's flow and grace. So I'm just going to allow the flow and see where it takes me. There was something I learned yesterday as well, that, was it Apostle? Said that he required his students to be in a fasting state because the mind was clearer. And that brain fog, which I certainly do. Like, sometimes I struggle with retaining information and memory. And funnily enough, the Healy picked up on that. So I have the beautiful, the beautiful gift of being able to put that frequency to help me with my memory. Anyway, I will be offering services again very shortly. Possibly the beginning of April, where you can either book a card reading or a Healy session, I do Healy sessions, or just a session. I do have my Patreon, and that is still currently ongoing, and it will remain ongoing, where there's gyration creation, there's a monthly card read, which I do just for the Patreons. There's the Frequency Friday, which is 2 Fridays of the month, where I read the group energy with the Healy and send the frequencies into the Healy. Sometimes we do a meditation with that, sometimes we use sacred geometry, etc. And we have one tonight, Frequency Friday. So you're all more than welcome to join Frequency or my Patreon. I'll leave a link here. Definitely do please check out our brother Alexander's website, YouTube channel. He has some beautiful information there. Also my beautiful SisStar Joanne. She's phenomenal. Like, she's phenomenal. She's a phenomenal leader that just emits this pure love, this pure light. And certainly if you're only discovering me at this moment in time, certainly head over to Joanne's channel, Ascension Evolution, and she will show you many doors that you can open to your own soul. And certainly head over to my brothers Dan and Thomas's beautiful website, and you could learn so much from them, like fire breath, tuning into your body, meditation techniques. Like, you could learn a lot from our beautiful brothers, and I certainly have. So definitely check out their website, and they've got different like tiers for many different things, and the retreat one looks epic. The retreat one looks really cool. And definitely check out Rion Derowan at Unite the Collective. He does a weekly video, and he speaks his truth. So, and he does a lot to help brothers and sisters all over the world, as does everyone else I've mentioned. So, and myself, I am just fully stepping into that space now, and stepping up, not only for myself but for you guys as well. And you know, sometimes I maybe thought that, you know, nobody didn't want to hear it, or what was the point of sharing my journey, because I'm just a dafty, like, literally. And I'm coming out of that now. And, you know, this is where the addiction to not being heard, not being seen was coming from. I was addicted to that. So we're overcoming that now, and we're getting our finger out our backside. I'm just going to go with the flow. I'm not going to say I'm going to do weekly vids or daily vids. I'm definitely doing the 60-second ones. But I'm just going to allow flow and grace to come in when I do a video. Felt pulled to do this video today. I hope it made sense. I know I rambled and I'm a little bit stuttery, but you're just getting the authentic me. This is how my mind works. And what else? What else do I need to say? What else? I may let you do a quick short to let you know when my website's up and running again. It is down at the moment because I'm upgrading it. I have been upgrading it for months now. And again, I'm not getting comfortable being uncomfortable. So I'm working on that battle as well. But I will let you guys know when it's up and running. So you can maybe book a Healy session or with myself, or you could book a card reading, or whatever rocks your boat, really. Whatever you feel that your soul requires. Or if you just want guidance in some way or other, that services will be available April, but I'll let you know when. So with that being said, I think I've rambled on a little bit now. Thank you for listening, and if you've made it this far watching me ramble, I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for your beautiful comments, for your beautiful support. I am ever so grateful and I'm ever so thankful. And I will speak to you all soon. I love you. Bye.